was bleeding cool. So here, let's look at their two articles about the timing. All right, we'll start with this one. This one. This one's saying it's a good. Now the trailer they released, which we'll watch in a second, I thought was excellent. I thought that trailer was really genuinely exciting. Let me just download that Doctor Who. When I get to the channel. Oh, hang on a second. Videos. Yeah, it's a 30-second trailer. Watch that first. Because I really genuinely thought that was exciting. It's just, man. It's like, it's kind of like Biden with this election. Is he trying to lose? Because it seems that way, right? It seems that way, right? It's really weird. So let's have a look at this. So they announced the streaming date on yesterday. Again, another Russell Davies complete flop, right? And not like, oh, big announcement coming up. Oh, just imagine. Oh, I'm like, what? It's the date of Doctor Who. Really? I mean, like that? No, that's not. Yeah, being the Radio Times isn't exciting unless it's like 1983 and Christmas. Fuck's sake. It's not exciting. The trailer they put out with it, though, was. Let's have a look at this trailer. In my opinion. Doink. Where is it? There we go.
For this?
Oh, come on.
Give me a number, give me a year. It's gonna be a moment.
Here it comes.
Look, I think he's full of charisma. I think Millie Gibson is better. Really, again, Millie Gibson, you really need to lean into the Sydney Sweeney thing, right? If you just glam up and sexy up, you won't be able to stop booking gigs, right? The Avengers Rising says Hugh Jackman will always be the main Wolverine. No, they said that about Sean Connery, right? I'm not sure. I don't know. But here, what's that? Let's see. Anything else in the trailer? I kind of like this visual as well.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
You know, every time I see Ncuti Gatwa, it's normally I don't hear him talking. Again, he was in Masters of the Air as a background character. Right? I don't think he had a line. Same as in what's it called again? Same as in Barbie, right? He was basically an extra, right? I have never seen it. Actually, let me tell you. Do I have a picture of him at the? Never find the picture of him at the Elton John party. Ncuti Gatwa, Elton John party. Do I have a picture of him there? Hang on. Ncuti Gatwa Oscars, maybe? Because that's where he started dressing. But he dressed like a twat all the bloody time, right? I just find the twattiness of it just annoying already. Yeah, 1 second. Over here. Images. We go over here. Doink. Fine. Here, let's look at this trailer again. Who look at you. So again, here, Millie Gibson, I just think is very good. And we're going to talk about her firing in a minute.
Ready for this?
Oh, come on.
Give me a number, give me a year. It's gonna be a moment.
Here it comes.
I mean, like, I like the wink to camera. I don't know. You know, let's say move the screen, stop screen, share screen. Where is it? Yeah, I'll go back over there. There we go to, this picture, right? So this annoyed me. Chewie constantly dressing as a twat, right? Constantly dressing as a twat. It's just, so I finally worked it out why this is so freaking annoying, right? And it's like this. That Ncuti Gatwa is a media darling. He is not media darling, he is a entertainment industry darling, right? They loved having him Barbie. He's a black gay guy who smiles a lot. Oh, we feel so good about it. They loved having him in Master of the Air. Oh, something else that really annoyed me about Master of the Air, by the way. you had so it was the last episode on Friday, and at the end you see like the biographies of the real people that the story was taken from. So you had the main character who narrated the whole thing for the first one. Then you had 3 black characters. They were in it a little bit, but I don't really remember them at all. And then they had all the characters you actually knew, right, who actually had the screen time. And they just put these 3 minor characters at the beginning because they're black, right? And Shooty Gat was such a minor bloody character in this. He wasn't even one of those 3 characters, right? But he's busy being a media. They love him. They love him laughing on the red carpet. Oh, look at him. Drown naked on the cover of Vanity Fair. Oh, how stunning and brave. Oh, look at me dressed like a twat. Also, here's the thing. He's not Doctor Who. He is a celebrity darling. And Doctor Who is part of his persona rather than it being what he does. Like, it's sort of like in the 1960s, if the second Doctor was John Lennon, right? And they're just like, yeah, okay, we'll do. And it will be like John Lennon did, right? He wasn't really known for it. And Shooty Gatwood feels like he's not going to be known for Doctor Who. He's not like he's known for being Shooty Gatwood, right? And I don't know. It's I'm only 45 minutes, got a head off. I'm terribly sorry about that. Cyber twat says Fly Highland. Okay. Yeah, sort of. You know, I don't feel that Doctor Who is his focus, right? I feel that Shooty Gatwa is his focus. I feel that Shooty Gatwa being famous is his focus. And I feel that he's using Doctor Who as part of that, right? I don't think he's doing it cynically, but I just feel that we are an afterthought, which, boy, does anything say afterthought more than this? Doctor Who returns May 10th on Disney Plus, May 11th on BBC One. So wait. I'm getting it. Let me get straight. I am getting a day early. Let me be clear here. Doctor Who showrunner Russell E. Davies is Shooty Gat was Millie Gibson, starring Doctor Who returns on May 10th on Disney Plus and May 11th to BBC iPlayer. I mean, like, it's like for content creation, for me, it's good. It's very good, right? For me, it's very good because I'll watch it on Friday, I guess, and then my Saturday show will be a review of it, right after it airs in the BBC in the UK, right? Yeah, that's the plan. As it airs, my show will start, right? I mean, as it finishes, my show will start. But like, it's it seems like a very self-destructive behavior, right? So anyway, wait, Dr. Bremer updates on co-written episodes and guest starring stars. Let's see what just that head. That's just the bullet points. Let's read it. We've got the news that Doctor Who fans have been waiting for. Not really. Showrunner Russell Davidson series stars Shooty Gatwa and Millie Gibson will be kicking off a new series of adventures in this May, and now we know when, on Friday. So is it Friday in the morning at midnight? Is it like Thursday midnight or Friday midnight? Was it on Friday, May 10th on Disney Plus? So we can check the series premiere at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that will be for me. That's midnight for me here in Israel. So I'm not going to be able to watch it or fine. So it's 7 p.m. on Friday. Why Friday? Why not Saturday? Following that, 2 episodes will premiere on BBC iPlayer at midnight on Saturday, the 11th. So that's wait. So that we're getting 2 episodes with the show arriving on BBC One later that day, right before the Eurovision Song Contest grand finale. At last, my great delight to unleash the new season of Doctor Who and Ruby. So wait, we're only getting 7 weeks, not 6 weeks. Oh, for fuck me! It seems ridiculous, right? It seems utterly ridiculous. So America? So it's going to be a week ahead in the UK for the whole 7 weeks. What's going on here? At last, my great delight to unleash a whole new season of Doctor Who to Doctor and Ruby's adventures together. The monsters, chasers, villains, mysteries, and a terrifying secret that's been spanning time and space for decades. Don't miss a second. I'm not going to, but I'm not excited. Davies shares about the new. Here's a look at the key poster released with the teaser. I mean, this is much better than the other poster. I mean, it looks like it's exciting, and Millie Gibson looks sexy in it. Okay, so there is that. Your Cosmic Joyride awaits. What's the difference in this one? This is is that the BBC one and Disney Plus one? I guess. Yeah, they got that's a bit weird. You got the. It looks like you got a cross coming out the top of the TARDIS. I know. So Bleeding Cool's very happy about this. Why are they happy about this? Sorry, Doctor Who fans. At times they aren't changing. Thankfully. It just seems to me that this is a real diss, like a real diss to the mainstream audience, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's 7 p.m. On Friday for, and then so it's simultaneously, right? It gets released on Disney Plus and iPlayer at the same time, right? But it's centered around the American audience, which is insane. I mean, this is an iconic British show. Should it not cater to the British? I think it should. Doctor Who fans are not too thrilled with the show's return times, and here's why it's a sign of things to come, and it's not a bad thing. Well, it depends how you define good or bad. Like if you define Doctor Who failing as being okay, then it's not a bad thing. Then it's a fine thing. Then there's nothing to worry about whatsoever. If it's a sign of Doctor Who saying, we really couldn't give a shit about you, the fan. We just could not care less about you. Don't tell me it's about an international audience. Wait, did they not release... Here, 1 second. Let's go and find out. We'll go to x.com. Doink. And we'll look up. What's that? Somebody said fireworks inside the theater. Why? Anybody? First you might think it was 4D. No, set on fireworks inside a movie theater. That's just insane. Okay. BBC Doctor Who. What are we looking at? They had a great Ken. She's just sexy. They try and make her look less sexy, and they want to make Shooty to look super sexy. But they had like a graphic of all the times up. Oh, has this thing been released yet? I hope my thing's been released. I saw a graphic they put out from Disney Plus. Maybe let's look up Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Was it Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift is so Disney. Bad Batch. I'm really behind on that. We've got to catch up. Okay, Taylor, calm down, darling. Renegade now, not interested. Oh God, everything is failing at Disney. Jesus. Okay, yeah, this is the platform for Doctor Who. I see this and go, yes, Doctor Who belongs here. What's this? This Doctor Who? No. Oh, okay, fine. So they're not even mentioning it on Disney. Fuck you. There was some kind of graphic I saw them putting out with the launch times across the world. Let's try Doctor Who global launch time. Is this the one? They had like each country. No, not there. Fine, but then okay. So I guess that does. Are they dropping 2 episodes on Disney Plus or 1? Let's go back again. I'm really confused by this, right? So everyone's going to check out the series premiere at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Following that, 2 episodes will premiere on iPlayer at midnight. Are we going to get those 2 episodes in Disney Plus? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, let's see what they're shedding light on it here. Before I go any further, I need to acknowledge that Doctor Who fans over in Ireland are looking at this situation with disgust, wishing they had the same problems that most of the world has, and rightfully so. With that said, there was some big Doctor Who news that dropped on Friday. Good news for the world, but not so great news for a whole lot of Doctor Who fans here in the UK. Well, you can just BitTorrent it. What's your problem? Or you watch it comes out exactly the same time on iPlayer, right? Well, where are we up to? That's well. So before I go any further, no, rightfully so. That said, there was some big news dropped on Friday. Good news for those, not so great for the rest of fans in the UK. So what's this all about? Disney, is Disney getting blame? Are there bigger issues at play that the 60-year-old series is finally getting forced to address? Let's take a look at what the fans are talking about. Showrunner and series stars Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson, new series for all the wrong reasons. Okay, what are we doing wrong? Why is it our fault again that we're upset we're being fucked over? Right? Explain. Why is it our fault? I'm sure you got a rationale for that, but I guess it must be our fault somehow, because it can't ever be your fucking fault, right? It's only ever our fault. Just to be clear, everyone around the world except Ireland will be getting the series finale at the same time. In fact, BBC iPlayer will be dropping 2 episodes, and BBC One is pairing up a premiere with the Eurovision Song Contest. But it's timing that's become the issue. When BBC iPlayer drops the first 2 episodes at midnight, Saturday 11th, Disney Plus will also stream the first episode at the same time at 7 p.m. And the BBC will air the episode on TV on Saturday with Euro, right? Fine. I'm guessing you've already seen what the problem is, right? While UK fans will be pulling some late night streaming hours, 2 hours since getting 2 episodes, Disney Plus subscribers on the US East Coast will be able to stream the premiere during a much more comfortable late evening. And it's not going to go over well at all, because much as Disney Plus has a footprint around the world, it will also be seen as a metaphor for the US. And based on how fans have been reacting on social media, it seems like the mouse and us ugly Americans are to blame. Yeah, you are. I'm sorry, you are, but I'm like, who else is to blame? It's what? Yes. What, the one who fucked up is the one who blamed? Yes. Amazingly, and they want to take accountability. Well, it's tough shit, mate. Disney isn't the big bad wolf in all this. We've been offered our thoughts on what Disney deal could mean for a long-running show, big picture. I don't see it going past the 2nd season. That's only because the 2nd season is shooting now. Disney are cancelling everything because they are fucked, frankly. And it's going to be amazing if, look, on their earnings call, they didn't talk about Marvel Phase 4 or 5 to say how well they're doing, right? No, Disney are fucked. Disney went to war with Elon Musk, Peltz, and Ike Perlmutter, and I think they're going to lose. And good for that. I'm glad, because there's a corporate battle going on. There's a vote, I think, in April for the control of the board. If Bob Iger loses, the de-wokeifying of Disney will start immediately. Like, literally, I mean, one can only hope, immediately. Take Star Wars. There's just disarray. They're like, oh, we're going to do a Rey movie. Nobody wants it. And we're not doing, we're doing the Rian Johnson trilogy. No, we're not. What about Patty Jenkins' piece of shit? No, that's cancelled. No, that's back. Oh, Mandalore and Grogu. Fuck. They have no idea what they're doing. There's no strategy going on. There's no strategy going on because they're a bunch of twats, essentially. Did I say sitting in the big bad? Disney isn't the big bad wolf in all this. We've been offered our thoughts on the deal, cut a long ring, blah blah blah. That's the way we're seeing him play. Look no further than the end of the press release that went out on yesterday. Doctor is produced by Bad Wolf with BBC Studios and BBC for Disney branded television. Well, that's okay then. Does that mean that the American fans get to watch it at the time it's supposed to go out, and the British fans are second class? Yeah, which isn't right. Doctor is a producer, blah, blah, blah. Davies has a vision of a Hooniverse that he didn't make into reality in his last one. Actually, I think he did. Honestly, his Hooniverse was what we had in the 2005 era is much closer than what we have here. We don't have any spin-offs announced. And honestly, with the way things are being slashed at Disney right now, I mean, look, they cut. What's here? Let's have a look. It's bounding in the comics. Anyway, what have they cut? They cut so many movies. Ant-Man, Captain Marvel 3, Eternals 2. No, they shut down the Eternal sequel for it would have been a guaranteed bomb, like everything else they're doing. Yeah, like what? How do you know it's a guaranteed bomb? Because Disney's doing it, right? So, yeah, good luck for that, mate. Fine, Hooniverse, and we don't have the Hooniverse on Disney Plus, right? We just got the shooting star. It's done so dumbly. Oh, of course it is because Disney's were doing it, right? And Disney are just assholes. Right? I'm sorry, they're run by complete schmucks. And I say that only because I love them so much. We'll be able to. David had a video on the Hooniverse that he didn't make around in his last run. But he also knows he won't realize it again, depending solely on the BBC. Because if you want a Hooniverse, then you need to expand the show's reach even further. You know, I have to tell you, the huge budget that they had for the specials and the shooting cut was debut didn't help it at all, right? Did not help it. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you should have 1970s production values, even though they're fine by me, right? I do not mind them having 1970s production values, but no, I can understand that not appealing to a mainstream audience. But like the 2005 production values were completely fine, right? They were absolutely fine. Hey, one second. Let me pull up one of my favorite Doctor Who trailers. Assuming I can find it. Missed Live at 5 videos. Let's see if this is it. 6th anniversary special trailer. No, I don't want to see that trailer. Where is it? Series 4 trailer, Series 2 trailer. I mean, they're all good. But where's the one? Series 5 trailer, right? I think this is probably one of the best trailers.
My name is Amy Pond.
Okay, what's wrong with this production values? Right? And the new one is, noticeably better, but what's it give you?
When I was 7, I had an imaginary friend. Last night was the night before my wedding, and my imaginary friend came back.
So what year was it? How many episodes did they do? It was 13. They managed to get 13 episodes out a year with these values, right? This is fine.
All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will. Where do you want to start?
There we go. Look at that. And that's just a great effect shot, right? Totally effective.
Where do you want to start?
Well, okay, you know what the difference is? This comes from an era where they where they didn't try and fix problems by throwing money at them, right? They came up with interesting and inventive ideas, okay, which clearly I'm not holding out for.
Anywhere you want, anytime you want. One condition, it has to be amazing. Now it starts.
But yeah, even with inflation, the production values are fine. It was made a lot cheaper, and they were able to do 13 episodes a year. I think it was 13 episodes. How many episodes were there? Doctor Who. Let me have a look. Doctor Who episode guide. Doink. It's series 5 was 13 episodes. Yeah, Big Bang. 13 episodes and a Christmas bloody special. So
you might want to find something to hang on to. It begins!
I mean, honestly, this is like the gold standard. Of Modern Who, this is the gold standard. Even Murray Gold was better then, right? Now it's just kind of like it just seemed like a soundboard. There was nothing really that really worked that stood out. He even made Chibnall watchable. Look at that. Yeah, okay, it's not a cinema budget, right? It doesn't matter, right? It's not about, doesn't matter. It's about good, engaging stories. And good characters as well. I love this. Spitfires in space. Oh, Danny Boy to the Doctor. Danny Boy, I love that.
Tell me the whole plan.
One day that'll work.
Oh, and also sexy vampires.
One simple instruction. Don't follow me under any circumstances.
Will you follow him?
Of course.
What an iconic season, right? Oh man, I love Karen Gillan. You know how I know I love Karen Gillan? Because I don't want to fuck her, right? She just doesn't do it for me in any way, shape, or form. And I just really like her. Okay, I think she's a genuinely great person. I am happy whenever she succeeds in anything. Really, I am, because she just exudes this loveliness. I think she's genuinely a lovely person.
Because this is what I do every time, every day, every second. This. Hold tight.
Oh, what a great moment.
Because it will change your life.
There's one thing you never put in a trap if you're smart, if you value your continued existence, if you have any plans about seeing tomorrow, there's one thing you never, ever put in a trap.
Oh, just like, again, the music, the visual, everything coming together. Yes.
Me.
Oh. Remember being excited for Doctor Who, right? If they announced this, I would have been excited. Oh, now Britain. Fuck you, Britain. Fine. So where were we up to? They didn't expand the show's reach further. You're doing it the wrong way. It's failing, right? It's failing. And while doing that, Davies had to sell it not as a nostalgic act that you should love because it lasted more than half a second. That's exactly how he's selling it. That is exactly. Remember David Tennant? Remember Beres? Remember David Tennant? Remember all this? Oh, beat the meat. Yeah, remember? That's exactly how he's selling it. Look at that logo. Oh, what? You're trying to tell me it's not Nostalgia Fest? That's exactly how he is selling it. If he wasn't selling it as a Nostalgia Fest, it would have a new logo. Nostalgia, they should love because of half a century, but because it's still fresh, vibrant, and new. The BBC can't just do big in a way Disney can. Well, you don't need to, and we just saw they could do it better. Whether you view that as a positive or a negative, but the mouse is going to get its cheese because it's not in business of being anything other than a business. That's not true. That's not true at all. Excuse me. It's in the business of being a political activist or sociological activist. It's 100% in the business of being sociological activists, right? Have you seen any of their slay? Do you remember the gay Buzz? Why was there a gay Buzz Lightyear movie? Right, what, you want to tell me that they're not an activist company? They sacrificed profit over and over and over again. They lost money over and over and over again out of ideology, right? And if it wasn't for this Nelson Peltz, Ike Perlmutter, Elon Musk attack, they still would be doing it. They wouldn't care that everything they do is failing, right? They wouldn't give a shit. I remember when the World Cup was being talked about. This was in the 80s, I believe. Talking about America hosting the World Cup, and they said, "Well, if America hosts it, then we got to stop play every 15 minutes for ads." Like, what? No, yeah. So, well, it's just the way it works. You don't have a choice. Yeah, fuck off, America. How about that? Does it work that way? Unbelievable, just unbelievable. It's shocking. I had complete faith in Davies. Me too. And then I saw the shit he put out when he reaffirmed that Disney wouldn't be involved in the creative decisions. Really? God, okay, one of the things that really blows my mind about millennials and Gen Z. By the way, Gen Z, I have to tell you, they are, other than being fucked over and over again, they are so much better than millennials, right? There is such a, I mean, you have a large swing going on, but they're the ones who've realized they've been fucked over more than anybody else by the woke politicians. So they're the ones who can't afford a home or a life, right? They're the ones that's living, hand to mouth when they shouldn't be. It's disgusting. So he had complete faith in Davies when he reaffirmed that they wouldn't be involved. You are good. Okay, you want to tell me that Rusty Davies and Disney, there's any daylight between them whatsoever in terms of their ideology and injecting that ideology on the screen? Do you really want to tell me that? That's a pretty hard thing to sell. It really is a pretty hard thing to sell. To be fair, and I wouldn't want them to be. They are. They do. He said they get notes. They are. But again, it's not like Rusty Davies is resisting in any way. Oh, I didn't even resist. That said, it was very clear from the start Disney wouldn't just be renting the show for their streaming service. It was investing in a show that it could have some say in when it comes to production budgets, marketing rollout, and other matters. Well, and also, everything they've done has failed horribly. They've destroyed every franchise they had their hands on. They destroyed Star Wars. They destroyed MCU. They destroyed Indiana Jones. They destroyed Willow. They had so much shit, and they destroyed it all, right? Where are we up to? That said, so it was investing in a show because it needed a new property because they burnt the other ones to the ground. So if you think Disney Plus is getting the sweeter than deal, two things they are. Two things come to mind. The streaming service reach extends beyond the US. That's the only market they really care about. I'm sorry, they're international for the money. That's the only market they care about. Reach extends beyond the US. Further growing the show's global influence. The house paid for it. Well, I think Netflix wanted it as well. Maybe it's time for a British intervention. Where does a lot of this stem from? Again, based on what we're seeing from the reactions out there, a lot of fans want Doctor Who to reap the success that comes from being a global phenomenon while remaining steadfastly British. Well, being steadfastly British is the core. I think at the absolute core of what made that work, right? It really is the core of it. Once you move away, I mean, don't be wrong. I would love to see an American version of Doctor Who as a separate production. I think that'd be really fascinating. Nerdronic said years ago, Peter Dinklage, great casting, right? There's a lot of people. There's a lot of great American actors who could really do a good job with Doctor Who. It will be a different beast, right? It's like the American Shameless and the British Shameless. They're two different things, but different interpretations of the same thing. But I really think it'll be fascinating. While remaining separate, and that's just not going to work anymore. Well, actually, it's not going to work not to do that. Does it make sense that Doctor Who never regenerates into somebody from another part of the planet? No. Does it make sense that the vast... Well, actually, that's not true. The Doctor clearly loves England, right? Just clearly loves the... And you can understand why the Doctor as a character would love England. There's a genuine... understated quaintness to the British, right? There's a real England is a funny little country, right? They're fun to they're like kind of like fun to watch. It's like your weird doddery aunt. I don't know. I like England. So I think it should remain steadfastly British, right? And why does he? Because he likes England, right? You don't get the English eccentricity other than in England, right? Those things happen and continue to happen because they save production a few more dollars while making sure that no one forgets that this is and will always be a British show. That is the appeal in America, you morons. But just one, but that's just one, but that's just silly. Why? A show that preaches the importance of exploring all of time and space, challenging close-minded beliefs, and embracing diversity. Okay, it's not that, you dumb fucking cunt. A show that preaches the importance of exploring time and space. Challenging close-minded beliefs. Oh, I think people who don't want to fuck children, they're just close-minded. They're just close-minded. What's wrong with them? Why shouldn't children be allowed to choose to be fucked? Believes in embracing diversity. Let's have a look at embracing diversity, right? You know, it's like, I love the language they use, right? That language they use to whitewash filth, which is really what this is, right? Let's see. I've just got so many things. Yeah, we'll go. Here we go. Doink. What's this one? Yeah, you're here, you're queer, you're coming for our children. We know. We fucking know. Right? You haven't been ambiguous about that. Right? You leave my fucking... Because you know what you want when you get my children? You want to destroy their fucking lives. You want to destroy their lives with your fucking insanity. Now, what consenting adults do in private is their own business. Right? It's fine, but we need to return to public fucking decency. Embracing diversity on all levels. Yeah, we love child molesters, right? And continue. We love child molesters and we hate sexual abuse and repression anyway, unless Palestinians do it. If they do it, oh, fucking great. They throw gay people off buildings. Oh, yeah. Fuck those Israeli cunts. But we love the Palestinians doing it. Oh, I meant Gaza. I meant Hamas. Sorry. This terror of like, just admitting reality says a lot. The Doctor Who could reasonable diversity continue to cannot continue to be held back by tradition and pride. I think pride is the thing that's destroying it most. It's not pride. It's a British show. Right? I'm sorry. It's a British show. And I don't live in England. Right? I benefit from this to a great extent. I don't live in England. It's it just shows what the priorities are, right? It should drop on Disney Plus. It should drop on Disney Plus at midnight on Saturday and 7 p.m. Oh wait, what time is it? It's 7 p.m. is 2 p.m. on the East Coast. And 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Drop it then! Right? Drop it then. But no. Why can't people watch it on Saturday? No, because they want that primetime Friday night audience. Which they're not going to get, frankly, because, again, I don't think people want the transy crap that you're going to... You insist on forcing down their bloody throats all the time. For David Tony Universe, the UK are going to have to start to widen, welcome the world with open arms and learn to embrace change, whether they like it or not. Well, not really, mate. Not really. I just don't think it's going to work, right? I embrace change. I just don't think it's going to work, right? I'm really sorry. Now, did they talk about Millie Gibson at all? Because there was a lot of chat about her recently. More about Stephen Moffat. We got the new Doctor Who comic. I'm not really interested in it. Doctor Who capable of units and units suffer from past mistakes. Oh, God, leave me alone. Leave me alone with your bull crap, for goodness sake. Fine. Let me see if there's anything about Millie Gibson's firing. Because that became like a topic of conversation. Oh, God, she's so freaking gorgeous. Stop, Millie. Can you just stop being so relentlessly beautiful? Sort by date. BBC in hot water over new series air date. Fans rage. It's not okay. It's not okay. Right? It's not okay. Millie Gibson. Oh, this is about the return, right? Let's do Millie Gibson sacked. Well, man. Fine, we'll just go with. And again, look, I mean, like, are they out their fucking minds, right? She's a good actress who looks freaking awesome. What is wrong with you people, right? Really, a good actress that looks awesome. Again, lean into the Sydney Sweeney experience, I would say, with Millie. And they man, if they had Millie Gibson being, unabashedly glammed up, you would have huge ratings. And I hate to tell, why do you think my thumbnails are so dirty? Because it brings people to the channel, you dingling arseholes. That's really the bottom line. It brings people to the channel. People like things that are sexy, right? So what's the deal with Millie Gibson? So yeah, all reports are that she was indeed sacked. So why was she sacked? So we did have reports that she didn't like the night shoot. She was being kind of stroppy with the night shoots. Honestly, I find the reports of her having unprofessional behavior unlikely, right? Because I was listening to Dan's stream. They had Mega Geek talk about it. In 1 second, maybe send him a message if he's around. See if he wants to come on. Mega Geek. There we go. Hi, I'm talking about Millie Gibson's firing. Firing right now, and wanted to know if you wanted to come on and give us your insights. Oh, I should put streaming now. Hi, I'm streaming now. Okay, well, I'm streaming now. And, okay, talking about Millie Gibson's firing. Doink. I wanted to know if you want to come on and give us your insights. Doink. Plus the awful time of the episodes dropping. Doink. Let me send him a link. I have no idea if he's going to see it, right? But like, he's in the industry, and I thought he had some quite relevant things to say. If he turns up, he turns up. If not, or not. However, I think, look, this is somebody who grew up in the industry. They know the idea of her being late to productions, like the being late to show up. It's impossible. You have like an army of assistants that like shuffle the actors from left to right, and they don't have any free bloody will. I do find that unlikely. That being said, she's 19, and 19-year-olds get stroppy and go out and get drunk, right? That may happen, right? That may have happened. I don't know. She is clearly the biggest asset from the show, so I think it's a series of things, right? I think it might be like the Roseanne firing from Disney. What's the name of that show? And they went on and make the show on without her. Or the Gina Carano firing from Disney, from Star Wars, right? The Gina Carano firing from Star Wars was they decided they were firing her, and they were just looking for an excuse. And then she posted a tweet on X, which compared the harassment and the targeting of Republicans by the then new Biden administration and the demonization of it by the media, akin to the demonization of Jews during the beginning of the Holocaust. And I think she's 100% right. So they disingenuously said, "Oh, you hate Jews. How anti-Semitic. You're fired. Anti-Semite." Fucking cunts. Lying fucking cunts. Oh, man, makes me so mad. It really does. She's got a lawsuit against them now. I really, really hope it works. So I think the knives are out right from the start, right, with Millie Gibson. Look, she's a heterosexual, you know, highly attractive young lady, right? I mean, like this disproves everything they believe, right? This really disproves everything they believe in life. So I think that is a massive strike against her. Frankly, though, I think she's dodged a bullet. I hope she gets a much better opportunity, right? I really do. I hope she gets much better opportunity. But here, let me. What can I tell you? If you're like super duper attractive and heterosexual, okay, she's aggressively heterosexual, right? And she's what's it? 1 second. I just got a reply. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I might need to wrap up and go to the bathroom for a lengthy bowel movement by then. Who knows or dares to dream? Only time will tell. ... There you go. But yeah, so I think that. So I think it was another thing. I think that she might have got drunk once or twice. Like again, what 19-year-olds do, and I think you've got to expect that to a certain extent when you have a 19-year-old star. You know, when I sexualize in the thumbnails, people say she's 19. You sick nonce. I'm like, yeah, but gauge your consent. It's okay. And also, I'm not actually fucking her, right? Married. Right, married, which means I don't fuck other women. I really don't. I mean, even if they do say yes, which they don't. But you know, one lives in hope. Millie, you can test it out anytime you want. Millie and Sydney Sweeney, you guys can test it anytime you want. I think I can hold off, but you know, it's a test I'm willing to try. Amaro says, very unlikely she will be late. She's an experienced actor, and we know she knows being on time and incentive. Plus, it's a huge production, millions of dollars on every minute of film, and you have all these PAs that are there to like walk them around by a leash. So it certainly can't be the quality of work, because what we saw on the screen, she owned the screen, right? She absolutely was the best person on screen in The Church on Ruby Road. I think it's a combination of things. I think here's what I think happened. That she's heterosexual, she's beautiful, and I think she's more talented than Ncuti Gatwa. I think she's more charismatic than Ncuti Gatwa. I think she's going to steal the show, right? And I don't think Ncuti Gatwa and Rossi Day was like that, because this has to be a platform for Ncuti Gatwa, right? Because he's a media darling, right? This is what it's got to be, a platform for him and nothing else. So, you know, it's... So I think she was a challenge, and then I think she gave them an excuse somehow or some way, right? But I'm really annoyed that she's been fucked over to this extent. I genuinely feel that it's wrong, right? I genuinely feel it's wrong. I feel the timing of the drop of the episodes are wrong. I think the constant change in costumes are wrong. I think Ncuti Gatwa could work. I don't really know. I haven't seen enough of him. Every time I see him, he's an extra. He's an extra or like a totally different character. I haven't seen anything good come out of him. I thought the Shakespeare he did at the King's Coronation was shit, frankly. I think it's one of the worst performances of Hamlet I've ever seen. So I do not know what to tell you, mate. I do not know what to tell you other than it's very much what this production is like, right? It is very much what this whole production is like. Speaking of being too much up their own asses, let's talk about David Tennant. Do you think David Tennant, right, that's a very TARDIS-y set he's on. I didn't notice that before. Look at that picture. That's very TARDIS. Better than the 14th Doctor, 15th Doctor's TARDIS. Very TARDIS-y set. I think David Tennant is about to fall off his pedestal as the most beloved actor in England, right? I think he's just become too lovey, too trans lovey, too weird. Like, I think people are just having enough of him, right? That's why I don't think he worked. I don't think it worked very well. What was he hosting recently?
He hosted the BAFTA Film Awards.
Right, and it was just cringe, and it didn't do very well, right? It didn't get great ratings. I just think his time in the sun is over. I think because he burnt it away by being completely disconnected to 99% of the population. Anyway, was it David does to host new ITV reality show billed as The Traitors Meet Squid Game? I haven't seen either. Everybody likes Squid Game a lot, and everybody likes Traitors a lot. But I don't know. I think it just feels like bringing David Tennant in is like, oh yeah, on paper everybody loves David Tennant. This is going to do well for him.
Claudia Winkleman hosts the Traitors.
Oh, she's great.
And she's one of those people that I do understand why she does a lot of telly. I think she's very distinctive. I think she's probably genuinely, largely the person that you see on screen is probably how she is in real life as well.
Right.
And
but it's an idealized version of her on screen.
Yeah. So I can see, and I think that they round on people like her and David Tennant, and on the show, on my show, we talk all the time about how everything is presented by either Ryland Clark or Alison Hammond. That they're the two now, they're the ones that just seem to be presenting absolutely everything. And because they've got no imagination, they're not willing to bring new people through. They're not willing to take a chance on something that they spend a lot of money developing, whether it's a drama or a game show or whatever, and think, okay, who can we put in this? Which new star can we make? It's a case of who generally will people switch over to see? Or in the case of if they want to be particularly woke, it's okay, well, can we afford to make a massive virtue signal on this? With reality TV, I suppose it's less of a question because they can show their virtue, can't they, when they pick the contestants? If they can pick,
absolutely.
It's not so much of a thing. Not so much of a thing. I mean, Ryland Clark is not. He's nowhere near as popular with the British public as he is with TV producers. Right. I know very people who like that man. Alison Hammond's reasonably popular, but because she's on everything now, people are sick of the sight of her.
I don't know. So there you go.
She's on practically everything. I mean, in my case, I used to kind of know her, because she lives not far from me, and she still shops in the town. But so she used to pick her niece up from school. Her niece went to the same school as my sons, my twins. Right. So I knew her to say hello to. We didn't go around for dinner or anything, but I knew her in the way that you know people. And now she's this huge star who's on bloody everything. Again,
who is she?
Her name's Alison Hammond, a rather large black woman from the West Midlands, and she presents. She's been presenting this morning, but she's the one who, up until then, they were sending her off to meet film stars, and she'd sort of laugh nervously at them, say something inappropriate, and they'd put it in 5-minute chunks. But then they decided, when they decided ITV that they needed more black people visible on their big shows.
They need more black people. I mean, like, oh God,
they promoted her.
I have to tell you, I think liberals now are way more racist than when they when they had the KKK. It's the KKK was the Democrats. They were basically doing it. They're so racist. Everything is about the most banal things about human beings. It's weird. It's weird.
The Earth. We've got more channels than ever. We've got more shows than ever. More expensive shows than ever. And yet the imagination, it's just shriveling up and dying.
Well, yeah,
we've seen that on Doctor Who as well.
I was talking with Dr. Alex recently, right, about the lack of imagination and the like you reusing old elements, and you can do it with a lack of imagination or with imagination. I think when they bring in like old elements into Doctor Who or in Star Trek or anything current day. It's to legitimize it rather than to have a good story or have an interesting take on it or understand it. Whereas if you have somebody who actually likes the thing and knows it and understands it, then it works great, right? I think then there's such low quality in writing, right? That's basically the bottom line. Because I don't think you can write when you have all these constraints on you, right? And you're worried about like stepping out of line and being cancelled and like all this nonsense.
That was what. I mean, you think about the things that when Stephen Moffat was running Doctor Who that last couple of years, they were just squeezing him to acknowledge things more and to raise certain points and to paint a certain picture of how the past used to be. That was a long time ago. Things have accelerated so much since then.
I know. Again, I think it was Alan Moore. He talks about the this like the superhero movies and the basically he says that humanity is becoming infantilized so to a great degree, right? And that's why they want these like childhood fantasies to live on forever. And I kind of hear that to a certain extent, right? I do. It's like living in the real world, not as much fun as you're not as doable as it used to be, frankly. Speaking of living in the real world, not too. Have you seen this? So the people who do the Brigadier novels,
Candy Jar,
right? They got a Brigadier graphic novel on Indiegogo called The Smell of Death, and the idea is that he meets John Pertwee while he's filming, while John Pertwee is filming a horror movie. So it's kind of
okay.
So it's kind of like a smell of death. It's kind of like a backdoor way to. Is that opening up? Oh, there you go, Indiegogo. So it's not doing great. It's only got £1,500. Who's doing this? AUK Studios. I don't know.
Oh yes, I've interviewed this guy. So yeah, it's not Is it Candy Jar? But I know the guy Barnaby Eaton Jones. His name is. I've had him on the show talking about an audio.
I thought I might be wrong. I don't know. But it's down. I don't know. Oh, it's the people who did this.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And you heard this. You said it was great, didn't you?
I haven't heard that one. I've got their previous one, their John
right,
because that's why they came on my show. But I didn't hear this in the end. I still haven't made because didn't this come out like right in the centre of the 60th anniversary? And in my view, I haven't spoken to Barnaby for a few months, but in my view, releasing this right in the middle of the anniversary, I just didn't have time to buy it, to listen to it, to read it. Exactly. I wanted to, but there's only so many hours in the day, so I'll have to catch up with it. But Barnaby's a very inventive man. The things that he comes up with are novel, and I think some of them land better than others. But he tries different things all the time. And this, the artwork looks great.
The circus, I like all this. This is clever.
Is that perfect?
No idea.
That looks good. Is that Adrian Salmon artwork too?
Yeah, he's done. Is he doing the cover? I think the cover art, Adrian Salmon. That's good casting. This artwork's quite nice, right? It's quite nice. It needs to be coloured. There's
no. It's proper artwork. There's no 3D assets there. I don't think.
Yes. But yeah, I know. So I don't know. Here, I'll put the link to this in the chat.
Oh, look at that cover to TV action. That is beautiful.
Doesn't that look good? Is that a real cover or is that a patchy? No, it's a real cover. It looks fantastic. I love it. Let me put the link in the chat if anybody wants. How much is it? Let me see how much they want. Oh, I can't say. Hang on 1 second. So it's £20. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.